Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Explore the elite decision-making mindset of the All Blacks. Subscribe to the channel, Top Level Rugby. From the insights shared by Graham Henry, one of the most influential coaches in the history of New Zealand rugby, it becomes clear that behind every selection decision and every team-building strategy lies more than just physical ability or technical skill. It reflects a deeper philosophy about people, about the ability to think under pressure, and about how an elite sports system operates to maintain its number one position. In the context of the New Zealand national rugby union team, All Blacks, continuing its rebuilding process under Dave Rennie, with Graham Henry returning in a selective advisory role alongside Israel Dag and other collaborators. The question is no longer simply, who is stronger, but rather, who is more suitable in decisive moments. This is the key factor that creates the difference between a good player and an All Blacks level player. 1. Core value: decision-making under pressure. The most important emphasis in Graham Henry's perspective is the ability to make decisions under high pressure. In modern rugby, especially in competitions such as Super Rugby Pacific, the game has become faster, space has tightened, and reaction time is nearly zero. This makes making the right decision in an instant a life or death skill. It is not just about passing the ball or running into position, but about the ability to read situations faster than the opponent. A perfectly timed pass can open up an entire scoring opportunity. Conversely, a wrong decision made in 1 to 2 seconds can collapse the entire defensive structure. What is worth reflecting on is that Henry does not place physical strength as the top factor, but instead prioritizes thinking and perception. This reflects the evolution of modern sport, from competing with muscle to competing with intelligence in motion.
2. Positional differences, no single standard. Another important point in Henry's view is that each position has its own criteria. Backs and midfield players need strong situational awareness and fast decision-making. Meanwhile, forwards, especially the front row, require physical foundation, contact strength, and stability in set-piece situations. This reflects a highly systematic mindset. There is no such thing as a perfect player, only a player suited to a role. In reality, many people evaluate athletes emotionally: who scores more, who stands out more. But at the national team level, especially for the All Blacks, selection criteria are always structural. A team's success does not come from the 15 best individuals in absolute terms, but from 15 players who can operate as a unified system. That is why selecting a 34-man squad is not simply about choosing the best players, but about choosing the most suitable players for the system. 3. Modern rugby: speed, physique, and shrinking space. Henry also highlights an important reality. Modern rugby is becoming increasingly athletic, with higher speed and larger physiques. Players must be big, fast, and agile at the same time. This creates a paradox. As athletes become physically stronger, the playing space becomes smaller. This means every small mistake is amplified. There is almost no safe space to recover from errors. In such an environment, the value of decision-making becomes more important than ever. More broadly, this reflects a general trend in modern sport: data-driven optimization, physical enhancement, and increased game speed. Yet precisely because of this, the human thinking factor becomes the most sustainable competitive advantage.
4. Squad selection: 34 players and difficult decisions. The plan is to have a squad of around 34 players, most of whom are already largely identified, but there are still fiercely contested positions. Henry estimates that as many as 30 players may be competing for around 14 remaining spots. This reflects a reality in team management: the easy decisions are already clear, while the difficult ones lie at the margins. And it is precisely these grey area decisions that create long-term differences. A strong team is not one without debate, but one that can make clear decisions despite debate. Transparency in selection criteria, such as pressure handling, fitness, and tactical role, helps reduce subjectivity in evaluation.
5. Personal perspective, a lesson in decision-making mindset. From the entire story, an important lesson can be drawn not only for athletes but for anyone in life. The quality of decisions matters more than the number of choices. In work, study, or life, we are often placed in situations that require quick action with incomplete information. Like a player on the field, there is no time to overthink. In such moments, true ability is not about knowing more, but about choosing correctly in a short time. This ability does not come from luck, but from continuous practice, observation, accumulated experience, and learning from mistakes. Good decision makers are not those who never make mistakes, but those who make mistakes quickly, correct quickly, and learn faster than others. For fans of the New Zealand national rugby union team, Graham Henry's story is also a reminder that success never comes from a single individual. A strong team is the result of countless difficult decisions behind the scenes. Who to select, who to drop, who to place in which role. This helps fans view sport in a more mature way. Instead of focusing only on wins and losses, one can look deeper into team building processes, player development strategy, and how a team adapts to changes in the sport. A great team is remembered not only for its trophies, but also for the philosophy it follows.
7. The system matters more than the individual. On a broader level, this story also reflects an important principle in all systems, education, business, or society. A strong system elevates individuals, while a weak system can reduce the value of even highly skilled people. In rugby, a highly talented player who does not fit the system may become ineffective. Conversely, a less outstanding player who fits the strategy can become a crucial piece. This applies directly to life. The right environment can help someone develop exponentially, while an unsuitable environment can suppress their potential. 8. The essence of excellence is correct selection. The story of Graham Henry, Dave Rennie, and the rebuilding process of the All Blacks is not just a sports update. It is evidence of a simple but profound truth. Excellence is not the sum of the best individuals, but the result of correct decisions repeated consistently. The ability to make decisions under pressure, as Henry emphasizes, is not only a rugby skill but a life skill. In a world that is increasingly fast, complex, and unforgiving of mistakes, successful people are not those who are always right, but those who are right at the most important moments, and that is the biggest lesson this story leaves behind. Train yourself not only to be better, but also to be clearer-minded in decisive moments. Because sometimes, just one correct choice is enough to change the entire journey that follows.
Farewell from Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Train your decision-making mindset like the All Blacks, at the right time. The right choice, within the right system.